Hey YouTube, welcome back. So here we go with another update video on the T38. I spent the past 2 days spraying a lot of primer on pretty much everything on the T38 that needed it. So the fuselage, inlet ducts, fuel tank plugs, wing panels, flaps, basically everything but the tail section group. The tail section group at this point is ready for molding and waxing. Last video I showed you guys doing the wavy structure surface finish to the vertical stab. I've got that done, obviously. All the rivets have been plucked out. I don't know how long it took, an hour to do all of them per side. All that's done. I got the horizontal stabs, they're all done. The rivets have been plucked out of that. And I did a short little 40-second video of the rudder getting engraved with the rivets and panel lines on the laser cutter. That's been done. It took about 30 minutes per side to do that engraving, which I know it sounds like a long time, but when you figure, hey, you know, you got to lay that out by hand, or if you do it by hand, you got to lay it out. Then you got to put the tape down. Then you got to put the primer on it, pull the tape off. It takes about the same amount of time to do it by hand as it would doing it on the laser. The big benefit to the laser, though, is on bigger pieces it takes less time. The reason why it took so long on the rudder is because these things are tiny. Each circle is 80 thousandths of an inch, so just under a millimeter, or right around a millimeter, and there's a bunch of them. And because it's such a small amount of movement, the machine never really starts going super fast to do it, so it takes a long time. Bigger parts, like when I get ready to do the wings and the flaps and everything, that should go much quicker because it'll be doing the entire width of the wing, so it has more time to move faster without having to speed up and slow down at the ends of the lines. So, tail section group is all ready for waxing and molding. I've got wing panels here. They're all ready for final sanding. These actually turned out pretty decent. There's a good bit of orange peel on them, but I was fighting Mother Nature and didn't have a whole lot of time to clean out the air compressor of moisture and get out the desiccant dryers and all that crap like I typically would with paint. So the stuff that I painted at first turned out really nice and shiny, like the inlet ducts. I got a couple runs in them, but otherwise, I mean, they're 9 out of 10. Like I said, a couple runs, but they got to get wet sanded and polished and all that stuff anyway, so no big deal. Wings are done. Like I said, wings, they're ready for final sanding. I'll try and get those done today. Same with the fuel tank plugs. Pretty much all the small parts I'm going to try and get sanded down to at least 500, 320 or 500 today. Good thing for power tools, makes that actually kind of possible, especially with the downdraft table. So there's that. So the fuselage, all the fuselage stuff has been primered. My hatch set fit amazing, no longer fits that great. Surprise, surprise, and it's just because of all the primer buildup in the gap. So once I start sanding the mating flange of the hatch, I expect that to start fitting a lot better. So I'm going to focus on getting the hatch to fit nicely again. Then the fuselage will be ready for sanding down to 320, which I've got to get a new interface pad for my DA sander so it'll fit these curves nicely. But then that'll be ready to go. Yeah, that's pretty much the T38 in a nutshell at this point. I got a few things on the Beach Starship front that I got to cut out. I finally got my CNC router fixed, only to have the computer that runs it to break. So it being almost a 15-20-year-old HP desktop, I figured it's time to upgrade to a USB controller for my CNC router controller, so I can just run everything off of my laptop. So there's a quick little update on T38. It being Christmas Eve, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, for whatever holiday you you happen to celebrate, if any. And this is probably the last video for the year for me, as I've got a ton of work to do at work. Beginning on the 26th of December, and I don't come back home until the 5th of January. And then I'm probably going to have some dental work done. So you might not see a video for quite some time. I'd say it might be February before we get there. And by that point, hopefully I'll be getting ready to mold some stuff. So Till next time, if you're new, hit the subscribe button, the like button, leave me some comments, whatever. Until then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you later.